This episode of The Patch is sponsored by Hulu Plus. Hulu Plus lets you binge on thousands of hit shows anytime, anywhere on your TV, PC, smartphone, or tablet. Support this podcast and get an extended free trial of Hulu Plus when you go to huluplus.com/patch. That's huluplus.com/patch.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, okay, there's one flip.
I flipped it. There we go. What's up, Internet? How are you doing?
Oh, it fell over again.
This is an all gents version of the patch.
It's been an issue with this one. No, well,
it goes.
It's gravity. It's never not working, but
never not working.
It's never not working. Yeah, Gus is gone, and Bernie's doing a movie thing, and you guys had basically played all the new games that had been inundating the world lately. So I figured it'd be a good time to get everybody on and talk about the state of gaming.
Let's talk about video games on the patch. This is my third patch.
It's a novel idea.
I was like on the second patch ever, and then I was on one here, and now I'm back. What episode is this? Do you know? 79.
79.
So just over about, almost a year and a third, I've been on 3 episodes. That's a good run.
No, but this is the first time you two have been on a podcast in years.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask Geoff that you don't run him off. That was the thing that used to happen. I mean, I don't
know if I ever walked off of a podcast. I got close a number of times.
Not a video one, I don't think, but maybe an audio one.
The audio one, dude, you guys were fucking brutal. Like, it's funny listening to the stuff that we used to do versus the stuff we do now. It's like, now it's like child gloves with everybody. Before, it was fucking vicious.
Child gloves?
Yeah. Like how you handle a child.
They're not quite kid gloves.
They're not quite kid gloves.
They're slightly better.
Yeah.
All right.
So, anyway, welcome back to a podcast, Jeffrey.
I was on the comic thing.
Yeah.
He was, yeah.
That was a sponsor cast, right?
Yeah.
So this is a public thing now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Oh, hey.
I thought this was only sponsors.
So just for everybody listening, we have, go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Jack.
Come on.
That one's Geoff Ramsey.
What are you drinking,
And
Jeff?
I'm Ryan.
Some kind of fucking whiskey.
Some kind of fucking whiskey.
Some dude brought some by, gave me some yesterday. It's like maple whiskey.
Oh, yeah.
Maple whiskey?
Good stuff.
Is that like a
I'm
Canadian thing?
Yeah, it's like I'm giving a tree a blowjob.
I gotta ask, how
But it
much
gets the
longer
job done.
before this mustache you can hook it behind your ears, though?
We'll see.
You're close.
We're at 13 months and counting. So
That's good. Have you ever just pulled it down, see how far it'll go?
yeah. It goes like about that far below my chin.
Nice.
Okay. Almost a Fu Manchu.
Yeah, I could do that.
I'm due at shop. I need to bring this thing back up. It's getting out of control. So.
You want to shape it? I mean, why don't you do something with it?
I don't know. I could. Like I've had the sides braided before, and that's interesting. Just like I was like, oh, that's cool,
What a
and then
fucking
immediately
loser
took it out.
you are.
So,
Wow.
But yeah, are you ever gonna grow yours out, or is that it?
Nah, my wife won't let me.
No.
What a wimp you are.
I know, right?
Well,
Whatever, you've got that because your wife made you. This mustache is entirely a Griffin product.
That's true.
That is true. It's got the Fort logo on the back of it. You just can't see it.
Fair enough.
All right. So, okay, we're talking about video games, Ryan.
Video games, that's right. So there's been a lot of them dropped in the past couple of days, specifically Master Chief Collection, Assassin's Creed,
Rooster Teeth versus Zombians.
Rooster Teeth versus Zombians, Far Cry 4. What else? There's more.
Did we talk about GTA 5, the remaster?
Dragon Age Inquisition.
Yes, the Inquisition.
So that's just the
Watch
past couple
Dogs for the
weeks.
Wii U.
Watch Dogs for the Wii U, which is, I'm sure, going to get DLC.
Yeah,
I think they've already talked about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, I got some texts.
Like
you guys continue.
No, cool.
Thank you.
All right, so in all of this, has there been a single game that's dropped that has worked at launch? So Master Chief Collection, the multiplayer is completely boned.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed.
They've had all kinds of issues with glitches and stuff.
Is there a working function on Assassin's Creed?
Yes, it
There
works.
is.
It works. It's just glitchy.
That's unfair, but yeah, it does have issues. Far Cry 4's had some server connectivity issues. What else did I just list? Dragon Age Inquisition, I haven't heard anything bad about that.
That's true.
That worked totally fine for us when we did that.
Yeah,
They did well, that was a really cool thing, too, where they had the preview essentially open to everybody if you signed up for EA access. Yeah.
If you paid at least $5 for a month or whatever it is for a year.
I think it's $4.99.
Yeah.
They got you with the 99. It worked.
Nice. But that's a cool idea, though. I like the idea of this whole, it's not really a beta or an alpha. It's like, all right, just an early preview of it, and it just gave you 6 hours to get as far as you can.
And it was just a week out, and it worked. It was the full game. In fact, achievements worked. It was actually tracking achievements, and multiplayer worked.
Oh, that's cool. Well, yeah, multiplayer worked. We played that a little bit, but I mean, so was that like the preload of the game? Like now, if I go and buy it, it'll just unlock. Oh, that's really smart. Actually, I like that a lot.
And the really interesting thing to me too was I could take the disc version of the game and put that in the drive, and that counted too.
Yeah.
Like I could just launch the game. It didn't have to do a separate disc install.
Oh, okay.
So the digital version will work as a disc install.
Okay.
License-wise, there's some weird things there.
Is there a way to set like a home Xbox One that you can play without having to be online? I know you could do it on the 360 where you can set all your licenses to that one machine, and then if something were to happen, you couldn't play online, or you couldn't connect to the internet, you could still play them locally.
Do you have those issues?
I think today, I wasn't signed in for something, and I tried to I started playing a game, and it's like, do you own this game? And it's like, I guess you have to be signed in order to play it. So I don't know. I thought it was just like, if you have that game on the system locally, you've paid for it on that machine, you just got it. But I guess not.
No, I think that's true, right?
Is it? I don't think so.
I think there's still a home Xbox.
Yeah.
But it depends on which one you set up first.
Okay.
Do you remember if you set up your home one or your work one first?
I think my work one, because I use that more than anything else. I don't know.
It also has weird sign-in issues. Like, why every time do I open the achievement app do I have to sign in again?
Yeah.
Yes, that's fucking annoying.
Yeah.
It's really, really, really annoing.
That, or when you launch a game.
It takes forever.
Or when you launch a game and it's like, which person are you? And it's like, I'm already logged in. Like, why do I have to select again? So, yeah, I don't know. Oh, well, this console generation has been a little bit weird. Like, it doesn't seem like it's really solid yet. Like, I think it's getting there, but I don't think it's done yet. So.
Well, actually, I thought that was an interesting thing to talk about. Was at this point, okay, the new consoles have been out for
a year.
Yeah. We've had, as far as next-gen titles go, there's Titanfall. There's a pretty good list, but it's not a huge list.
No.
The recent months have really accounted for a large percentage of what was available. Do you think it's worth buying yet?
We didn't mention Call of Duty yet, did we?
No.
Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, yeah.
So is it worth buying? There are...
Either one. Just the PS4 next gen in general. Current gen.
I think now, yes.
It was worth buying day one.
Yeah.
For us, yeah. But a lot of people don't have the same availability.
Other than Assassin's Creed Rogue, there are no 360 or PS3 titles really left that I've been waiting for. So I think now, once I get that and play through that, I'm pretty much done with my old gen consoles. So yeah, I can't picture us going back. We've got Minecraft. We don't have
to play GTA or Minecraft on the 360.
GTA's moved over, so. Yeah, I think we're pretty much set.
Is that GTA good?
It's very, very nice.
That's right.
It's like playing a whole new game.
We're gonna have to reshoot every single Let's Play we've done.
I want to reshoot. I want to reshoot every single GTA Let's Play we've done.
We got to do first-person heists. I'm excited for that.
We're gonna shoot one on Friday.
Flying is tricky as hell though because you can't see your wings anymore. Like you used to, you could fly in that. You still can fly in third person, but if you're in first-person mode, it's cool because you see yourself walk into the cockpit and sit down. But then I was flying, and I had like a Miljet or whatever, which has these big wings on it. And I'm like, I hope I don't hit anything, because typically when you're in third person, you can see it really easily. But now it's a little bit.
It's probably typically why they don't fly planes through busy streets.
Yeah, between buildings and whatnot. Yeah, that's the thing about my heist is going to be trying to land that plane on the street again. That was tough enough the first time, so trying it this time is going to be a nightmare. But I'm looking forward to it. So.
We should probably figure out which heist we're going to... I guess we'll film mine.
We might
just go in order.
Yeah, I want to do it in order.
Do you remember my heist at all?
I may have to rewatch it.
I don't... Well, we'll have to rewatch it, but I'm fucking demoting you for first thing I'm doing. Not driving
you
the
and
boat.
I got out. Do you really want to demote me?
Yeah.
I did my job.
Absolutely did.
We escaped, more or less.
The first person I wanted to demote.
There's no we. He did not escape.
He took the money?
I got shot in the face by Michael. You
did.
I was running with my Christmas outfit on, and he shot me in the face.
You looked a lot like a bush at the time, though.
Why was he shooting at a bush? Was he upset at the bush? But, yeah.
And I can only imagine that first person is going to make that problem worse.
Yeah.
So, I think it's going to be really fun. It's going to be like a HD remake of the heist, sort of.
Kind of, yeah.
Do you want to replan, or are you good with your plan?
We can Lucas it.
You think you were solid in your original plan?
We'll shoot it in 4K.
No, there are things we have to do differently. Like we have to plug up more of those alleyways.
Oh yeah,
or find a different place. Find a different place to do that.
Yeah, that was when we were supposed to C4 the fire truck. I forget what the hell happened, but it was a whole.
Yeah, we blocked one entrance, and then the cops just came in from the other side.
They showed the other three, and then a helicopter rolled up, and then Gavin got in the car, and I had to throw him out, and then he got shot. God, yeah. That was fun. That was a really cool idea. I'm glad we got to do that, and so those are a lot of fun.
The interesting thing about transitioning to that first-person view is everything gets so much more terrifying and so much more visceral.
Oh yeah,
like shooting people you almost feel kind of bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Punching people, it's a little tougher now, but it's a lot of seeing your fist actually reach out and smack someone is pretty good.
Well, we got in a fist fight with Geoff, and he punched me once and turned me sideways.
Yeah,
and then I just kept getting wailed on in my ear. I never did get to turn around. He just knocked me to the ground.
Well,
eventually.
it's fun, like I don't know, driving in first person. I don't know, something about this first person, like when you hit someone and their body kind of hits your windshield and then rolls off. Like, just it's something more powerful about that.
And it's even scarier when you're the one getting hit too, because you're just all of a sudden in the air. You're getting to experience with that ragdoll. Yeah, shut up. Getting to experience that ragdoll from first person.
Yeah.
I hope I never get hit by a car. Let's put it that way.
Especially rolling down Mount Chiliad.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's no riding.
It's just sky ground, dead. Third person. But, yeah, that's a lot of fun. It's kind of cool that they redid this. I sort of like this kind of going back and remastering games now. I mean, we're seeing, all the, Halo obviously has done it now, and GTA has gone and made the HD version, and I like that. I kind of like, it's fun to go back and kind of revisit older titles and see what they look like now.
Jack approves. There you go.
Thumbs up.
Well, Nintendo's been making a career out of it for now the past 4 or 5 years.
That's true. Making the same 4 games.
Also, Resident Evil tends to do that a lot, don't they? Where you get a HD remake of those.
Yeah.
But hey, if you add something to a game, and it kind of solves that question of I have this old games that I really want to play on previous consoles, but I can't now.
Yeah.
There's no backwards compatibility. So having a new game that's the same game but has prettier stuff is kind of nice. Mm-hmm. Like all the Halos, at this point, Halo 1, if you wanted to play it, where would you do that?
Play on the Xbox One now.
Or play on the 360.
Could,
play the Master Chief Collection on the 360.
That's right. There was
or
anniversary.
get it from Games on Demand. Or I could dig up my Xbox.
Yeah, what? I mean, do you still have a working Xbox?
I could play on the PC or the Mac, I guess.
You could. All right, fine. Halo 2. Halo 2. If you wanted to play that, right. And your PC, it's you, so PC is just out because you guys would touch it and it'd fall apart.
Right. Man, I tried to install a hard drive in my PC today, and it was just like, that used to be the simplest thing. Now I don't know what the hell
it
I'm doing.
is the simplest thing.
I was
First
trying to get
thing
the
you do is
cables
take the side off your Mac.
Okay. Yeah. Put it in the tray, slide it in, close it. Boom, done.
Works.
I did that with the PC.
You have to turn the fucking computer off.
What? This guy, he opens the side of the thing, he pulls out the tray, puts the hard drive in, and just shoves it back in and walks away.
No, that's how it works.
No,
that's not how that works.
Then I put the sides on and turned it on.
It needs 2 cables. Yeah. It's not rocket science.
Do you know how many it needs on a Mac?
0
cables.
Yeah, depends on your Mac, I'm sure.
No, you get a Mac Pro.
Yeah,
pop the side off.
Mac Pro now looks like a trash can. Where do you put a hard drive in that?
You plug in your one cable to the back.
You plug in one cable to the back, and you plug in one power cable. The same number of cables.
It could be powered by a bus. You don't know.
Like vroom vroom?
Yes, like vroom. Yes. Anyway, PCs are dumb is where we've come to.
And you're still wrong.
Yeah. And Geoff loves Nintendo. That's what we've learned over the course of multiple AWUs now.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, you guys usually end up leaving me to the lads whenever there's a Nintendo game that comes out.
Have at it, buddy.
It's actually not bad. I like them.
Well, actually,
I liked that Mario thing.
Which one?
Oh, when you got to be
that Mario thing.
Yeah,
we did the Let's Plays in.
Oh,
you were in that one.
Yeah.
And then I was in that one as you.
Yeah, you were in as me. You took over as me. We should finish that.
Sure.
Do we still have all the Wii remotes?
Yeah.
Somewhere.
They're bound to be somewhere.
Nintendo just came out and officially said that they're okay with Let's Plays now, too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's do it.
So
they actually, there's a game, Hyrule Warriors, which is I'm a Dynasty Warriors diehard fan. I love Dynasty Warriors. It's such a terrible game, but I love it. They made a Hyrule Warriors that I played the demo at GameStop, and it was just like, holy shit, like this is Dynasty Warriors with skin with Zelda stuff. It's like, this is pretty badass. And now I'm like, do I have to buy a Wii U now? And so
take
I might
that extra one from the office.
Oh, do we have an extra one?
I think Gavin took it.
Oh,
just get it back from
too late.
Let's break into his house and take it from him.
I'm sure you just ask him for it. I doubt he's doing anything. Well, unless Meg's taking it. But I'm sure she probably already had one.
I don't know. Anyway.
Somewhere there's a Wii U.
I need to find a Wii U and play some Hyrule Warriors. Run in as...
Is there any multiplayer to that, or is it single player?
I don't know. I mean, I just played the single player demo, so I was running around as Link, and I think I found Zelda. It's weird because it kind of like I don't know what the story is exactly, or I don't know if there is a story. It's like, I mean, that's the thing about Dynasty Warriors. You always run in, it's you versus 1,000 people, and it's so much fun just to whip around and do a spin attack and kill like 9 guys at a time. Like that's always the best part of it. So that's intact. That's definitely in this one, but I don't know. As far
what are you fighting? You're fighting like. Oh gosh!
You think somewhere in the building, Monty just got a boner and he doesn't quite know that?
My ears are on fire. My penis is hard. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly. So, but multiplayer, I'd like to check that out. So,
all right, dude.
Maybe
if you're out there, feel free to send us a copy. I'd love to check it out.
But let's talk about a couple of the games that have just come out. So Assassin's Creed has some issues.
Yeah, I mean it's got some problem. I'm an Assassin's Creed loyalist.
You are.
Like I'm a fanboy. I will greatly admit that I'm a fanboy. I love Assassin's Creed. I love the story. And I like this character. I like this character a lot more than I like Connor. Probably not as much. Connor was from 3. He was the Native American.
Universally hated is pretty much what I've heard. Like no one says, Connor, I love that guy.
Yeah, well, the problem with Connor was like he had the shit end of the stick immediately, and so like he was just kind of a bummer to play just because like everything around him was terrible. Which
What
I
does one
imagine
do with the shit end of a stick?
Well, it's like he was always dealt a poor hand. And so, like he, you know, I mean, that's a native. I'm sure that's a
Sounds
native
like the
American
shitty end of a stick. Yeah.
What is the good end of a stick?
Why is there shit on the stick?
I don't.
You don't know where that stick has been, right?
You just poking turds?
I don't. Your analogies today are great.
Thank you.
Awesome.
They're all over the place.
Yeah.
So I mean, he was just a bummer to play, which you know I imagine
that's where the shit came
Native
from.
Americans around that time probably hated everything. So it's pretty close to reality. But then Edward was a lot of fun to play.
They were history's emos.
Listening to The Cure and Skinny Puppy. But yeah, but then Edward, like playing as a pirate, like a swashbuckling pirate, like that was a lot of fun. And so, and this is, you know, with Arno, it's kind of a mix between the two. He's kind of a younger guy. Like it reminds me a lot of like a young Ezio.
I mean, he's like 100% a young Ezio.
Yeah, I mean, but he's not. I don't know. He's not as charismatic, I think, as Ezio was. And
that's
the story, like I mean, not getting into spoiler territory, but the story's interesting where they take it and they do something with him that, as far as I know they have.
You mean when his dad gets murdered when he was a little kid?
Yeah, absolutely. No. But that's the beginning of the game. That's not really spoiling too much. You got to set it off somehow. You got to set up a plot, a narrative that you have to get through.
Well, you don't think they could make an assassin that's just had a really good childhood?
Yeah.
Just comes to it naturally. Feels like that's the best, character progression.
He's looking at the wanted ads, and he's like, that looks good.
He took that test in high school. Like in Gross Point Blank.
They've got a page that says like Templar, one that says assassin.
Truck
like,
driver.
You're gonna be an assassin.
You've got a real future in stabbing.
But yeah, I mean,
where's the multiplayer?
Well, I mean, they've got the heists and they've got co-op missions. But as far as competitive multiplayer, it's not going to be in this one, or at least not initially. I don't know if they've announced about any sort of competitive multiplayer stuff on this version, but we'll see. I missed it. I love the competitive multiplayer in Black Flag and in
it's the best.
3.
It's the best multiplayer.
It's so much fun. It's one of the few multiplayers that I can be very competitive in it, and you too. I mean, you're pretty damn good at it. So.
One of the folks on Twitter says that Hyrule Warriors does in fact have multiplayer.
Well, there you go.
And a story. So look into that.
I'll check that out.
Let's talk about the heist for a minute, though. Can you call it a heist when it's just get the box?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to infiltrate, steal something, and get out.
You don't have to infiltrate.
That's a heist.
Shit.
Yeah, you do.
No, you don't.
What? Did you walk up and they just hand it to you and walk away? You absolutely have to infiltrate.
Pretty much.
Half the time, the box is in the middle of a courtyard.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is.
True. Yeah, there's definitely a heist.
Half the time.
Yeah.
No.
We played 2 for a Let's Play, so half the time there was a box.
There was 1 out of like 5. I'm sure. So that's what 2 out of 10.
That's 20%.
So 20%. So 20% of the time is right in the court, and that
20%
might not be the right
of the time it's there all the time.
But no, I mean I like it. I mean, we finally kind of got into it by the end of. Is that video is released now, right? I think it came out yesterday.
I don't know. The co-op thing's out. The heist is not out.
Okay,
yet,
yeah. So
the heist is today or tomorrow.
Yeah, and so it was kind of one of those deals. By the final attempt we did it, we kind of had gotten to a rhythm, and I think by then it was kind of like that's when I started enjoying it more. Like if you're playing it,
when you go back and watch it, you'll notice that as you guys were planning and picking your targets, and I would just walk into the courtyard and shoot everybody. Or stab everyone.
He was just stabbing like crazy, right and left. I mean, there were shanks aplenty.
Yeah, and then you guys would be like, "How do we get spotted?" And I just.
Well, here's the thing, though. If you're going to call it a heist, like if they just said get the box, then that would have been a game type. Fine.
Okay.
But if you call it a heist, I feel like you have some impetus, some requirement that you must have something heisty to do. Like,
True.
Let's get a carriage, and the carriage will go in this door and distract them. Or let's hire some mummers, and they'll put on a play outside. Or I don't know, wait for inclement weather. I mean, just something that.
That'd be the best game. You have to sit for 6 hours waiting for it to start raining. No, I mean, like when you come down to it, a heist is you stealing something. I mean, that's
but
right. I mean, it's not going to be Ocean's 11.
You got to have that Ocean's 11 feel where you're like,
there should be an element of it.
Yeah,
like in the GTA campaign, at least there were 2 options.
So your biggest issue with this is the label. Like if it was called something else, you'd be fine.
I
with
think
it?
they called it a heist 100% as a dig against GTA.
Okay.
Just because it's like, oh, these people like heists, huh?
We'll put high stuff
got
before
boxes.
they do. Yeah.
You want a chest? Go get the chest.
Man, a heister coming to GTA next update, right? Supposedly.
So they say.
That's what they say. I'm excited for that.
They got a lot to live up to.
Like the multiplayer is like it needs some work. It definitely needs some work. I mean, the game itself, there's quite a bit of glitchy things in it. Like I've had characters slide around. I fell through the world for the first time finally.
I had 3 enemies turn into 1.
That did happen, yeah.
So I mean, like problems like that happen, but overall, I enjoy the story, and that's what I get out of it. Like I can forgive glitchy stuff because it's gonna happen. Unfortunately, it happens more now because you see a lot of developers like, okay, well, we'll fix it in the patch, like day 1 patch or whatever, and it's like that's frustrating. There's no more hard locked games.
That's
no
what
more.
this show is called.
What's that? Oh, this
Name dropping.
There you go. I apologize for name dropping.
We are the fix for all that's wrong with video games.
But I mean, like before when you had your Super Nintendo cartridge, there was no update to it. That was it. You played the game and that was it. So,
yeah, but then when that happened, if you had a bug, then it became an Easter egg or a feature.
There you go.
Sure. Yeah, they just put it in the manual.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. It's like when it happens so rarely that you could call it an Easter egg. It's like that's one thing. But when it happens all the time, it's like that's
like
annoying.
In Space Harrier, if you would start playing the game and take the cartridge out and then put it back in, your guy would turn into a spaceship.
Really?
Yep.
You just play the rest of the game as a spaceship?
Yeah.
Nice.
It was pretty cool.
What cartridge was that exactly?
Space Harrier.
I know. I mean, what system were we
Sega
talking?
Master System.
Sega Master System. Okay.
Man, Master System. I remember that one. What was the helicopter game in Master System where it was like it was like behind? It was almost like not Outrun. I don't know, shit, whatever. But it was like
Afterburner?
yeah. It was kind of like that, but it was a helicopter, and you had to fly around. I had the actual like flight stick too. Had little suction cups on the bottom. You stick it to a table and then use it.
Remember that game?
Did you actually lick them to stick them to the table?
I think I maybe like you lick your thumb and like
What
rub
doesn't this guy lick?
it. You start a list.
Or like a safe zone for what hasn't Jack licked it up?
Yeah. Don't touch that because of licking. But
It's like how I've put my balls on everything in the Achievement Hunter office.
yeah, I imagine so.
All the time.
That's
Gavin-
why I just wipe it all down.
It's a game I play when you
Thank
guys
God there's
aren't
no
around.
black lights in that office. The room would be glowing at this point. Gavin's desk would just be wah, wah. But anyway, what have you been playing recently, Ryan? You've been playing a lot of Far Cry, right?
Well, since we got it, I've been playing Far Cry pretty nonstop. If you liked Far Cry 3, if you like Blood Dragon, you're going to love Far Cry 4.
It's phenomenal.
It just, I mean, as a shooter, it feels really good. It's
So
nice
fun.
and tight.
You can ride
guns do
elephants.
things. You can ride elephants.
In multiplayer, you can throw tigers at people.
You can, yeah.
And eagles.
I got attacked by an entire zoo in one multiplayer.
You did. That's
In competitive multiplayer, I think we played, what was it, Outpost?
Outpost was the thing we played.
Which was kind of like a CTS, well, more like a capture, almost like a headquarters, I guess, to compare it to something. Where
I heard they were going to call it heists. You have to
it could have.
steal the outpost.
There would have been more options in stealing that outpost than there were in the Assassin's Creed heist. But anyway, they have 2 teams where one is like a mercenaries and one is like a hunter. And the hunters have bows and the mercenaries have guns. But the hunters can summon like an animal.
Yeah. You just call in a Bengal tiger.
Yeah. Which is actually, those characters exist in the game. You'll run into those as enemies. And they can do that.
Oh, the hunters.
They can crouch and turn invisible, and they can bring
I
animals at
did my first hunter mission. Yeah, those guys are dickheads.
That's terrifying.
You know what's terrifying? That game teaches you to fear eagles.
Yeah,
You understand why people hated nature back in the old days.
We actually, today's hunt episode is Ray and I playing Far Cry 4. And one of the missions, I said, okay, let's go first person to kill a monkey. And so we're running out, and Ray found an eagle. And the eagle swooped down and picked up a pig and flew off with it and then dropped it. And it's like, holy shit.
I was in a boat doing some fishing, and this dude, like one of the, what are they called? Servants of Light or what? Not that. Golden Seal. Golden Seal. One of the Golden Seal dudes was just like walking along the shore, just like happy as you please on his lunch break or whatever. And some giant animal jumped out of the ocean and grabbed him and pulled him back in, and he was just gone. And I was like, and I just backed up and I went somewhere else.
Yeah.
It makes you want to not go outside, right? I mean,
No.
there's just nature's scary.
Or not visit India or wherever it takes place. Karat.
Karat.
Which is a fake sort of pseudo-Himalayan
Also,
kind of city.
terrible snakes everywhere.
Oh, yeah, man. They jump
Have
out
you
at
have you been dealt with a snake yet?
I haven't dealt with a snake yet.
Jesus Christ, dude! If you hear anything that sounds like slightly snake related, just turn around and run. They will fucking jump at you, and they will fill like 7/10 of the screen. Just this giant, scary mouth of fangs.
Wow.
It's atrocious.
What was it? Something made you jump scare about half an
I
hour
was
ago.
fighting those hunters, and I killed the last hunter, and I turned around, and there was a bear in my face. I never heard him coming. It scared the holy shit out of me.
Sneaky bear, man.
Yeah.
They just tiptoe up.
Go watch out for this.
Ryan and I made a bunch of things to do ideas today too, and I think tomorrow we're just going to sit down and film things to do's in Far Cry all day long. We had an elephant fight where we fought each other on elephants.
That's fun,
which was awesome.
Well, because you can charge and ram and shit. Yeah,
and they die. We had a elephant versus a car fight. That was also awesome. I feel like we probably did other things too.
I probably should have brought a bigger car to that fight too. It was like a Yugo.
You won.
Did I?
Yeah, you can. Well, I mean, the car outlasted the elephant.
Didn't feel like that when I was upside down on the ground. I think the elephant just got tired of kicking the car's ass.
He just sat down.
Had a heart attack from all the stamping it did.
It breathed in too many of the fumes. So yeah, Far Cry 4 is really fun. If you liked Far Cry 3, you will love Far Cry 4.
Game of the year.
It's beautiful. It controls very well. Fast travel is really fast. It feels really nice and snappy. It has no frame rate issues that I've run into.
We can say that, right? There's no nothing else coming out this year.
There's only
the WoW expansion came out already.
Draenor, yeah. There's one more game. Month. There's one more bigger game coming out. Evolve is February now. This announced the 3rd medic class in Evolve. What?
Smash Bros?
Smash Bros? I don't know what Smash Bros is.
Super Smash Brothers?
What is that?
It's a...
I'm kidding. Yeah. I know what that is.
Is that not out yet?
I think it's out.
People have been
playing on their Nintendo DS, right?
That's true. Yeah, they've been playing it forever on the DS.
Yeah, that's pretty much all the Ruby animation team does now is sit there and play Smash Bros.
Wow, they got to do something between seasons, right?
That's true.
How else will they learn?
They're practicing.
There's definitely something in December.
So actually, Ruby Chapter 3 is just going to be a 2D side-scroller of just all the characters jumping around fighting each other. That's all it's going to be.
Oh, it's The Crew. The Crew comes out in December.
The Crew? Okay.
That's right. Yeah, and then Chivalry will hit the consoles. And
right, Chivalry.
There's no one of those Lara Croft third-person games.
Guardian of Light or whatever.
No, sorry, Temple of Osiris.
Temple of Osiris.
Guardian of Light was the first one.
And Jack, how could you forget? The 26th is Geometry Wars 3.
Oh, yeah. Well, I want to talk about that because you can preload it right now. You can buy it today and have it preloaded, and then I guess next Wednesday.
Isn't it like 12
megs? No, it's like a full game. It's actually cool. I get to play it in Australia.
I'm sure it's a full game, but I'm sure it's also not bigger than a gig.
Yeah, but it's like you can play it. Or when I played in Australia, it's neat. Like it's kind of like a story mode now. Not really a story mode, but like you have to unlock the game as you go along. So like you kind of have like 10 missions, and then you have to get enough stars. It's like free to play almost. Like we have to unlock stuff to unlock. You have to play to unlock things further on to keep playing. And it's like a quest mode.
It's like now you're fighting a polygon.
There's actually bosses and stuff now. Yeah, it's like there's bosses you have to kill. And
oh no, here comes a dodecahedron.
It's cool though. Like they've actually, for what you think Geometry Wars is, like okay, it's a simple dual stick shooter, no big deal. They've actually done a lot to it to actually make it a full blown game.
Is like the final boss a geometry teacher that just comes out and yells at you?
Just an old guy with a
mustache.
That's
a rhombus. Shut up.
Yeah, he hits you with a. No, I'm looking forward to it. I'm a huge Geometry Wars guy, so I've perfected the first 2, so I'll have to perfect this one as well. 1,000 points in Geometry Wars 3.
You got that smile achievement?
Yep, I got it. That was a very
smile achievement.
There's a grid of things where you have to beat them in order, and if you clear a map perfectly, you get a green square. If you die, you get like a yellow. No, if you die, you get maybe a yellow square or something like that, or an X.
And you only get like 5 lives.
Yeah, and so you have to play like the first 5 maps you do fine, and then you have to play one and then fail one to get the X for an I, and then play one and succeed, and then fail the next one. And so it's like you have to make a smile face out of like this
failing
grid.
And succeeding.
Yeah. It's very, very tricky, but I got it.
Fairly confident I could at least bring the fail. Do you want to switch off? Maybe
3 X's in a row would be super easy. But yeah, that one's one of those tricky bastards because it could take you like 30 minutes to get to the last one. If you mess up that last one, you have to start all over.
Wait, so you have to do it in like one sitting?
Yeah, do it in one shot.
So they hate you is what I'm getting out of this.
Yeah, I guess so. They could hate you. Or they're challenging you. This is the toughest achievement in the game, so they don't expect everyone to be able to get it.
You like torture games.
Do I?
Yeah. Trials. Fucking Geometry Wars.
I don't know what it is about Trials, man. I just get that game. Like some people, like Beethoven sat down in front of a piano and he just understood it, right? It's like
Beethoven over here.
No, I'm explaining. Like I'm not that. Like I'm just saying he got that. Like that made sense to him. Like I can play Trials. I'm like, oh, I understand this game.
Jeff, he's doing the speech from Good Will Hunting.
That's what I'm saying. That's from Good Will Hunting. That's where it's from. I know I'd heard that before. So anyway, I understand Trials. I can get it. I'm good at that game.
I'm not gonna. I'm joking, but seriously,
yeah,
it's like watching a savant when you play it. And I say that because coming from my skill level, where it's like. It's a hill. It's at a slight incline. I'm never making it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stay down here.
That's like Ray. Like when Ray, when we're playing zombie mode in Call of Duty, and Ray is just like, he's kiting like 500 zombies, and he's having no trouble with it at all. And it's just like, I will never be able to do that.
Well, not if you listen to the audio. If you listen to the audio, he's dying every second. But if you actually watch what he's doing, he's totally fine.
No, I'm fine.
No, yeah.
Nope, I'm about to die.
That's it. I'm dead. Nope, I'm good.
Good.
So I don't know, something about those games, but Geometry Wars and Trials specifically that I'm just good at. Like, I don't know why, and tennis in real life.
And tennis. All right, I'm gonna read this real quick. The greatest time in TV is the fall. Your favorite TV shows are coming back with new episodes and new shows are premiering. And Hulu Plus is making this fall the best one ever. Right now, Hulu Plus has all the current season episodes of your favorite shows like Sleepy Hollow, Bob's Burgers, and Brooklyn Nine-Nine. If you're not caught up on your shows, catch up now on Hulu Plus. You probably watched Hulu on your computer. Hulu Plus is so much more. Hulu Plus lets you watch every episode of shows like South Park, Family Guy, and more. And Hulu Plus works on your computer, smart TV, Roku, Apple TV, Xbox, Wii, PlayStation, pretty much any streaming device you already own. For only $7.99 a month, watch your fall shows anytime, anywhere. But I'm getting the hookup for my subscribers. Suck it, Gus. And you get 2-week free trial when you go to huluplus.com/patch. 2 weeks is better than one. Make sure you go to huluplus.com/patch to get your extra free week, and they will know we sent you. It helps us help support us, and so we can make more videos for you, and you get a better deal. One more time, that's huluplus.com. Hulu. That's from the Swahili. huluplus.com/patch for your 2-week free trial.
Like and subscribe. Really
I almost said the exact same thing.
Really help us out. Dude, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, you watched it last night? Or have you watched last?
I'm a week behind.
It's good. They took 1 week off, but they did a Thanksgiving episode, this most recent one. It's funny.
Maybe I saw. I don't think I saw it.
It's the return of Zeke, Terry's brother.
No.
Anyway.
That's watching things on Hulu does throw me off a little bit in terms of like, oh, it's Thanksgiving episode now, or like, oh, now it's time for the Halloween episode. Last week's Halloween.
Ryan told me today that, or maybe it was yesterday, told me that Thanksgiving is next week.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I figured that out yesterday. I was looking and I was like, oh yeah, Thanksgiving is like 2 weeks away, and it's like, oh shit, the 27th is like next, which is
really soon.
Yeah,
yeah. Also, not me that had that conversation with him, but
no, who told you that, Jeff? Was it me? I'm excited.
So yesterday, Jack told me a little interesting piece of information.
Yeah, the 27th is Halloween.
That's right.
Jesus Christ,
I think we'll actually be pre-recording Patch next week. So if you tune in next week, it'll probably be pre-recorded.
It'll be super stale. Is what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, we'll pre-record it like the morning, maybe, instead of the night.
Oh, wait, so you'll still shoot it on Wednesday?
I'm going to be here on Wednesday. You're going to be here on Wednesday?
Wednesday's still a full day.
Yeah, it's a work day.
So why are you pre-recording? Why don't you just do it? If you're going to be here anyway.
Because people leave. You know people.
People leave? It's like 4 o'clock.
But it's the day before Thanksgiving. People are going to be like, oh, we got to go home and see our families.
This isn't college. I don't know.
Isn't it though?
I'll be here till 5 at
We've
least.
We've got a
5:30.
dorm right there.
That's true.
Isn't this college?
There's probably a hookah over there too, I'm guessing. I don't know. Throw pillows and whatnot. Beanbag chairs.
Uh-huh.
Isn't it it's supposed to be Moroccan themed, right?
Is that what it is?
I think so. Yeah. So there probably is a hookah over there.
Well, there you go.
So, Dragon Age Inquisition.
I've heard good things.
Well,
I haven't played the first ones all the way through, but I've heard multiple times people are saying the best stuff from 1 and 2 and the worst stuff has been thrown out. And that's what makes Inquisition. Like, they've actually done a really good job of making this one solid. So we had a lot of fun playing multiplayer. So
we did. What, about an hour Let's Play in it? We don't have an ending for it, so I might have to do it again.
Do we not?
A little bit.
Yeah, we did.
We really
don't.
Yeah,
I mean, by the time you see the video, there's going to be a great ending. But as of right now, it's not quite there.
We all kind of figured out it's like, you pick your class or whatever. And I think we all kind of understood our class by the end of it. So
yeah. And there's a lot of classes to unlock. To start with, until you've played through some of the campaign, you only have access to, I think, 3 different classes. There's kind of a mage, a archer, and then a tank melee guy.
Oh, so there's more you can unlock as you play? Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, there was a lot of cards. I mean, there's a lot of different variations on the different skill sets.
That's neat.
But it was really interesting because there were doors and things that you would encounter that you would need each specialty to open. Like there were some doors that only the rogue class, which is like the archer as well, had to pick the lock, and there were ones where the mage had to
like a
disenchant
magic wall,
and it talked to you, which was kind of weird. And then there was things you had to smash open as the melee class.
Let me ask you guys a question.
Yeah.
Do your hands look weird to you? You guys have weird looking hands. You ever stop and look at somebody else's hands? I'm sure to you, your hands look totally fine.
Jack.
But they're not, dude. Your hands are odd.
Oh, they're normal.
My hands look great.
Normal human hands.
No,
you guys
these
are
weird
great.
about it? My hand is perfect.
There's no ink on the back of our hands.
You guys,
I got like I got a birthmark on the back of this hand.
Yeah,
I got a scar on this. I'm on this
kinda
finger.
like Alaska
I think one of these
or
this finger.
I don't like either of your hands.
No.
Yeah, that's what I've learned today in this podcast.
Why are you looking at our hands?
I don't know. I don't want to look at your faces.
Eyes are up here, Jeff. I don't know. I guess so. Sure.
Yeah, look at it now. You'll never for the rest of your life.
I'm gonna be driving to staring at my hands the whole time.
You should be staring. You should go to some sort of a hand doctor,
a hand doctor,
like a hand plastic
maybe
surgeon.
like a manicure. Would that help?
There's a hand doctor. I had to go to a hand doctor when I got my hand all fucked up.
When you stabbed it, yes.
Yeah.
Stabbed it with a window.
Sliced it. It's different.
What's the difference between a stab and a slice? There was flesh penetrated by glass. That sounds like a stab. It just happened to be you moved it, which turned it into a slash.
I do like when you say penetrate.
Flesh penetrated by glass. This sounds like a good emo
Google.
album. Yeah.
No, I don't want to see what the results from that are.
Yeah. Good Lord.
Well, we got, let's see, what else is new? There's the new Iron Banner in Destiny. Anybody care?
Oh, yeah, Destiny. Right. So I'm going to, there's a Sony event.
The DLC will be out soon, right?
Yeah. It's coming out soon. I'm actually going to a Sony event on December 5th, 6th, and 7th out in Las Vegas. So I'll be checking it out a little bit early, playing on the PlayStation. So I'll let you guys know how it is. I think it comes out the next day, basically. So
okay.
Yeah, I'll text you. This is awesome, and then we'll all play it.
I'm sure we'll do a Let's Play.
Yeah,
we should spend a day relearning how to play the game.
We should do the raids again.
Terrible.
We should do the raid and try to armor up. I've done the raid twice and I haven't gotten any armor from it at all.
You got a gun though.
I got a gun. The gun is fantastic, and then I got Shatterwhite, the color. I didn't get it the first time through, but I went through and got it the second time. But
did you ever get the achievement?
I think so. I don't know. I should double check that. But the raid's a lot of fun. Actually, that's my favorite part of the game. It's 6-player cooperative raids. Even World of Warcraft. That was always the most fun. Is when you're playing with 16 people, trying to take down a boss or whatever. Something about everyone is a cog in the machine, and if one person fails, it disrupts everything. But just trying it over and over and is going up against the wall until you beat it. Something about accomplishing that goal is so much more exciting than your sort of typical gameplay.
I don't like that they patched out your ability to pick who gets teleported.
The strategy.
Yeah, that sucks.
I don't understand the reasoning behind that.
Yeah, so it's completely random now, which is unfortunate. Because I have a gun that's specifically made to take out the Guardians or take out the balls of light, and it's that's perfect for me because I'll go in and then shoot those things to the oracles. Yeah, and it's made for that, and it's oh no, you can't be that guy anymore. It's
well, you might be that guy.
Yeah, you might be that guy.
1 in 6 chance.
Yeah, or no,
1 in 2 chance.
1 in 2. So
50%.
But it forces everyone to kind of know the techniques. But it's kind of I like the idea of okay,
everybody specializes in their role.
Yeah. It's you're on this team and you're on this team. It's when you're fighting the Guardians or the Zealots or whatever that go and kneel down. And, you have 2 people on each one and all that. And I don't know. It kind of sucks to remove mechanics like that. But I'm excited for the next one though. I want to see what happens. I think they're raising the cap up to 32, and which means I wonder what the level will be for this raid. It'll probably be 29 or 30.
Probably 28.
28?
Because this one was 26.
26.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would think 28.
I'm ready for it.
But if you happen to be 23, it's great. Go try it.
You just scratch their back. Yeah. It's the amount of difference between 23 and 28 is.
What level are you, Jack?
I am 28. And I've got tons of shards and stuff, but I don't want to use them because I know if I'm going to upgrade my armor, I don't want to waste shards on an armor that won't matter.
Well, do you remember that guy that was I'm going to kill you, Gabe Newell? And then he quit his job?
I think he got fired.
Yeah, well, no, he quit.
Oh.
And he unquit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's back.
Oh, good for him.
He's now working for the company again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, that kind of makes me feel like this
Why
whole
was he
thing
mad
was
at Gabe
just a
Newell in the
stunt.
first place?
So, the game, he had a game, and it was, I think, showing up still as the pre-release when it went live for real. And he was really upset about that, which I understand. When you're releasing a game, you really want it to hit.
They've been working for years to that moment, essentially.
Essentially, yeah. And then when something goes wrong with it, and it's something that you don't really have any control over, then naturally you get a little upset with the agents that are responsible.
Yeah, but being mad at Gabe Newell, it's Gabe Newell is so many echelons above giving a fuck about that kind of thing, It's not like Gabe is sitting at work going, oh, I should fix that right now.
Yeah. It's not like your Mac breaks and you're like, fuck you, Tim Cook. It's no, he has nothing to do with that.
Well, I mean, isn't that largely why Notch is not interested in doing Minecraft or anymore? Because he's tired of being the face of all the problems as well as all the successes.
Well, I'm sure he wants to spend time with all of his money.
It's true.
Like, I've got this, this giant vault full of cash. I'd rather spend time here than behind a desk doing QA.
My friend Freddie, Franklin, and George, they all want to go out on the town and spread about.
And buy the town.
Yeah, exactly. And purchase everything.
But yeah, so no, he did that whole thing where he did the public apology and I'm so sorry, and then quit the company left the company because that was the best thing. And now it's like, oh yeah, we're just gonna make it so it's not one person anymore that's doing the blog posts, like for the talking out to the world.
Let me ask you a question, Ryan.
Yeah.
Are you at all scared for your safety for covering this?
Should I be?
What if he threatens to kill you?
There you go.
You're making fun of this guy. We know he's got a temper.
I bet my Twitter followers can kick his Twitter followers' ass. All right. You want to go, Mike? Let's go.
Nice.
I guess.
Go where?
Yeah. Trying to find the exact quote, but yeah, I mean, it was like something really disingenuous. Mike couldn't commit to his decision to leave Code Avarice. Reads the studio's blog post.
Couldn't commit to it? Jesus. That was him going, please let me stay. Please let me stay.
I'm having second thoughts.
Yeah, I don't want to leave.
I think the second thought was about telling someone you're going to kill him on Twitter. But co-owner Travis Finning publicly denounced his departure, and in the weeks following his official stepping down, Mike had second thoughts. Looking for a new source of income was extremely overwhelming. And when it finally came time to put pen to paper, Mike and Travis agreed that the best thing to do would be have Mike return to Code Avarice.
Finding another job was too tough.
Guys, I went back out in the world. Shit's crazy.
Yeah.
It takes money for everything. Can I have my job back, please?
Yeah. Please. I don't want to work at McDonald's, you guys. I don't want to work at McDonald's.
So they changed company policy. The second half of this announcement is that we're taking steps to make Code Avarice more about the games, less about the people making them. From now on, rather than blog posts being written by and signed by one of the developers, they will be co-written by Mike and Travis, and written from the perspective of the company rather than an individual.
So they're taking the names off the jerseys, basically.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
But now it's weird, too. Instead of being written by one of the developers, which I assume means not Mike or Travis.
Yeah.
Now Mike or Travis, one of the 50% of the cause of the problem.
They're still pinning everything.
Yeah, is now going to be one of the spokesmen. So, I mean, it just feels like it was a really douchey, yeah, he's going to quit. Don't worry, we got this. We'll discipline him.
No worries.
So once again, there's this is actually the first time I think where the backlash from Twitter didn't result in someone really, really being fired. But I guess if you're the co-owner of a company, it's slightly different.
What are you going to do?
Jeff, who would you threaten on Twitter? If you could threaten anybody, or when you threaten someone on Twitter, who is it going to be?
We can make it happen. I got the iPad right here. You want to threaten somebody? I'd say go big or go home, because if the Secret Service doesn't show up, then you haven't done it right.
Such a big list. No, I know somebody who got arrested by the Secret Service for threatening the president. I don't want to go down that road. That's 5 years in prison.
Getting fired versus going to jail are two completely different things. You don't aim that high. Set your sights a bit lower.
I mean, Rush Limbaugh always comes to mind, right?
Yeah. Man, I don't know. He's got an army, though.
Yeah, he does.
Ditto heads.
He's got an army of fat, lazy people.
Yeah, the ditto heads.
Yep.
Ditto.
Yeah, because you would call up and say, Ditto Rush. Mega dittos. Yeah.
Mega dittos.
That makes me sad inside.
Man.
Pretty much all over.
We could take a whole right turn and get on topic of Glenn Beck and Rush Limbaugh.
He's so marginalized now, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, Glenn Beck, he left. But anyway, let's talk about football.
I thought we were talking about the patch.
Is there a football game lately?
Jack's famous for loving to talk about football on a podcast where nobody in the audience gives a fuck.
We can talk about WWE. There's a new one of those games.
That's true. Oh, yeah, that was the one game we forgot to mention in our list.
That's true.
We should probably do a WWE
We're
matchup.
doing one maybe tomorrow, maybe Friday. I was going to install the game last night and start making my character, and then I got sidetracked with other stuff.
So we go ahead and make our character now?
Sure.
All right.
We don't ever record that part.
Did we skip a year?
No.
No, okay. We did. Did we do 13 and 14, or we just started 14?
13 and 14.
Okay.
Because I did Beardo version 2 last time.
Yeah, and I had the Core Pirate, and then the Yargarita, and Ray did his dad, and then Mr. Diddles.
That's right, Mr. Diddles. I forgot Mr. Diddles came out of that.
The spawning of Mr. Diddles was the first podcast, or the first one, right? Or was it the second one?
That was the second one. His dad was the first one.
That turned into the oddest cosplay thing to see at RTX. Was always the Mr. Diddles walking around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any cosplays that require you to take your shirt off are always going to be like,
Also,
is that where you're going?
I mean,
Okay.
You're essentially cosplaying a sex offender, right? I mean,
Yeah.
But he's the champion sex offender, Ryan. So really, you got to be proud of it. But he's ashamed of himself, but he's proud to be the champion.
okay. Sure, why not?
It's weird that we do have cosplay of our characters. Like in Australia last year, I had like 8 people roll up in our Minecraft outfits. Like they group cosplayed as the Achievement Hunter team. So they had all 6 of us, and I think they had Lindsay and Caleb as well. And it's like that's my question. Is like, who makes that decision of who gets to be who? Like who has to cosplay as Caleb? Like, oh man, like I gotta be the nurse. Damn it! But
I always seem to get the gender bent versions. I don't think I've ever seen a guy do the Mad King.
Mad King.
Not a lot of dudes want to be you.
I think guys are probably scared of you, right? But
They probably got to look at your weird hands and they don't want to cosplay.
What is wrong with it? It's just hands.
yeah, I don't know.
Better to click the buttons on the controller with.
Yeah.
These hands were clearly not meant for manual labor. Let's be honest. They look soft and doughy.
That's true.
now.
This is the male model.
My wife makes fun of me all the time for how soft my hands are.
Really?
Yeah, well, she's got calluses the size of a dick from chainsaw carving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when I was in college, I used to actually work in the scene shop for the theater department. So, and lifting wood and welding and all that shit. And so my hands were like rough. And now it's like I pick up something that's even slightly rough, and my hands just feel like they're getting scraped off. I'm like, God, is this what my life has become?
You poor thing. You poor delicate flower.
It's like anything rougher than a baby's ass is all of a sudden like
Ryan talking about babies again.
Always going for the baby ass. I don't know what that is, Ryan.
I'm
Is the baby in the air too? You want to go for that?
I'd love to release all of the shit we've had to cut from all of the Let's Plays in one video called
Vote for Grab Bag in the poll.
for the
the
deposition.
when are you ending the poll for the new shows? By the way, is that done?
Oh yeah,
Monday.
Monday.
It ends Monday, like right before AWU.
There's
I'll
one
announce it.
significantly in the lead, but
It's not even close.
yeah.
Can you see the results of that after you take it? Or?
No. As
it's
a
private? Okay.
front end user you can't, but we can see that. We can see
I
the
haven't checked
results.
today, but as of yesterday, one was like 15,000 ahead.
Remix, man. Everyone wants that remix.
I mean, do you want to say which one's in advance? Because it's just going to spur people that have an opinion different to
We
go
can
out there
only
and vote if they want to.
You feel like I'd be influencing the voting.
Yeah, you can only vote once, right? So, yeah.
I don't know.
You can't really change it now if you're locked in. So,
yeah, get out there and vote. It's Jeff's Journal if you want to vote on the new shows.
yeah, or you go to bit.ly/FrisbeeCaleb.
Yeah.
I needed an easily rememberable URL, so I got one with that.
It does roll right off the tongue.
Frisbee Caleb. But Ryan, yeah, it's been a lot of fun shooting some new shows, like trying out some new stuff, and some things
Yeah, a
work,
lot
some
of new
things
stuff
didn't
going
work.
on. We also had 2 new shows that we just haven't been able to do. Well, we did. I don't know if we talked about the Switch Up with Duck Dynasty.
Switch up, not remix, switch up.
Switch Up Duck Dynasty. We filmed that will never, ever, ever. come out.
No, that it will not.
This is probably the
Rarely does an entire Let's Play get cut.
most
Yeah.
inappropriate 45 minutes we've ever filmed.
Yeah, you can imagine with Duck Dynasty, there's a lot. Like that was Jeff told me to download it, and now it's stuck. I got a fucking achievement in that game. So it is attached to my profile forever. Yeah, it started out rough, and then it got horrible, and then Jeff was like, "Fuck it, whatever."
Well, you're about halfway towards a Duck Dynasty cosplay right now, so you just, I mean, like an extra inch and you're there.
I enjoy people's freedom to choose who they want to love way too much for me to be in a Duck Dynasty outfit.
Good lord.
Yeah. Anyway,
But yeah, so that
We'll
was
get away from
Switch Up. We ended up not being able to do, and then Hot Seat we can't do till next year. I don't even know if you guys know about Hot Seat.
yeah, I thought we shot a hot seat with
Something different than Switch Up.
a friend who was in town from another country.
Dan Grushy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a hot seat, wasn't it?
No, retroactively it is now. Yeah,
No, but that was
the
really-
concept didn't exist at the time.
Although we might not have his footage because he filmed for 16 hours on my machine.
He did.
Fucking destroyed my machine. It wrecked my machine. And I tried to copy it, and then it just fucked up. So I think we've lost the footage.
It was a great video though.
yeah.
It was really good.
I'm sure it was.
And then losing this footage is not the end of the world because we were all dead watching his camera anyway.
Yeah. Well, it was one of those things where it was like, no, he never played with us before, so he didn't know about syncing and whatnot. So like he heard everyone else counting, and so he wasn't capturing it. He started using one. He was literally sitting there going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's like he didn't do anything and he wasn't capturing. It's just like.
But in addition to that,
So we learned one that Dan is very susceptible to peer pressure.
Yeah.
If you just start doing things around him, Dan will also do it.
Absolutely.
in addition to that, I don't know if we've talked about it anywhere, but we're also launching Game Kids soon.
Yeah,
so that'll be a
that's
whole new thing.
Yep.
We've got
Caleb's hard at work on that.
we got I don't know, a month's worth of content already shot,
That's awesome.
mostly edited, maybe 3 weeks worth. That'll be out soon. Then the 8 shows, and I don't know.
How many of those shows are we actually going to produce?
Oh, we're going to produce all 8.
Yeah.
I think it's just a
Well, it's
matter
going to be
of
like which one are we focus more on? Kind of.
we'll
get more
do
attention.
the one that gets voted.
Yeah.
Number 1 we'll start in production now, and then we'll slowly ramp into the other 7 plus the other 3 shows, because there's also your show idea. The other 3 shows that we'll work towards next year as well. But we're gonna have to hire more people.
Yeah, we've already outgrown our bigger office.
Yeah.
And I don't want to put any more people in our room. Screw that.
Yeah, well, with Trevor, we have like 14 people now or something.
Something like that. It's ridiculous.
We've announced Trevor works here now, right?
Yeah, he was on AWU.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Yeah, it was kind of one of those. He was like, I honestly hadn't even met Trevor until he was here working his first real day, because I was in Australia when he was here helping out.
Yeah.
And so I came in and I was like, there was this guy standing behind me like in the morning. I was like, who the fuck is that?
This guy's gonna
I
have
was
a
like,
job in
oh
6
shit,
months.
that's Trevor. And then we put him on AWU, and I was like, all right, let's test him out, throw him on AWU, and he had like 30 seconds and he nailed it. So I was like, all right, good. I like this kid. So
He's like a kind of reminds me of like a talented version of Caleb.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. It's good to have.
So you can operate things other than Twitter.
Yeah, but then we got Let's Play Live, and it's just under a month. That's happening December 17th. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, that's sort of terrifying.
What? It's gonna be easy, especially for
What do you
you.
mean it's gonna be easy?
Let's just us up on stage playing video games.
You gotta be funny.
Yeah,
I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. Like, of all the things I'm worried about for this show, like us entertaining is not going to be.
I'm worried about selling tickets, having enough time to sell
Yeah,
out the theater.
tickets are actually going to be on sale very, very soon. I've got some final paperwork now that I have to fill out actually after this podcast. So.
I will say, Michael has an amazing idea. You should ask him.
Oh God,
He's got the thing he wants to do with the thing that you asked him about. I'm being very obsequious.
Okay.
But hey, there's a really funny thing that Michael wants to do if you come see the show. You'll know when
there's
you see
something
it.
I want to do that I don't know who else. I think Gavin's down for it, but I don't know if anyone else.
Gavin
is
is never
involved with
down
it.
for it. I'm going to tell you right now.
Yeah, Gavin
will
and I
betray you.
Gavin and I came up with the idea together. Of all the people who's going to betray me, I think you'd be the one with the knife, the bloody knife holding in your hand.
I got your back. I'll be
also-
there.
Yeah,
I'll
literally,
be
you
there
got my
for
back. You got a fucking knife buried to the hilt.
I also have Matt and Jeremy working on something very funny.
Oh,
as
really?
well for it. Yeah.
Okay, we need to talk about locking some stuff in pretty soon.
Yeah, you don't need to know about this one. It's good.
Okay.
All
It'll be
right.
fine.
All right, excellent.
See? Not me. I'm not setting you up for anything.
Jesus Christ,
Jeff, mustache man.
Mustache?
It's the evil mustache man.
I think we've established that it's my job as your boss and creator of Achievement Hunter to reap misery upon you at all possible.
Me in particular, it seems like. I think.
he's been going easy on you lately.
I know, which is terrifying.
Look, you made it
'Cause
through
it'll come in a wave.
You've got only 8 minutes or so left in this podcast, and he's not said nearly a mean thing to you.
Oh, no, well, you haven't heard it. It's all in the eyes.
I haven't heard. Is it like under the table? Is he like kicking you down there?
It's all telepathy.
You put tacks in your chair.
I made fun of your ugly, stupid hands.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
did.
You made fun of his too.
Yeah, you
so
spread
I
that
guess-
around.
Yours are weirder to me than Jack's.
Hey,
What's
less weird
weird?
hands. Whoa.
Yeah,
Your
yours-
hands are weird.
Not weird.
Your hands are great, man. I could be a hand model like David Duchovny.
David Duchovny's a hand model.
He was in
In
Zoolander.
Ended
Oh,
he has the
okay.
glass jar around his hand.
Yeah. Or like George Costanza.
Is he a hand model?
He was a hand model for an episode of Seinfeld, and then he ended up grabbing an iron or something on accident. He tripped and fell and grabbed an iron, and it burned his hand, and it killed his career as a hand model.
Poor dude.
Well-
He can be a marine biologist and be fine.
Do you think you're going to go back and play Assassin's Creed Rogue, or are you just going to let that one go?
I am, absolutely. I'm almost done. I'm on sequence 12 of Unity right now, which I think I'm on the last sequence. And so I'm playing that, and once I'm done with that, I'm going to go pick up a copy of Rogue and start playing that, and then I can burn my 360, I guess. I don't know.
They've said it's a darker version
Yeah.
of the Assassin's Creed story.
so-
Just adjust the brightness.
Wah, wah.
Gamma.
Yeah, bump the gamma. It takes place between Black Flag and 3. It kind of fills in, like, I played it briefly at PAX Australia, and
Where is it?
it's I want to say it's on a ship somewhere, but it was cold.
So it's pirating.
So I don't know if it's the North Atlantic or what, but I was on a ship, and my quartermaster was actually Hatham, who was like the start of 3. So so I guess I don't know if it's his trip over or what exactly, but because he did go. No, I guess he went from England over to America, right? So I don't know if you get to play that part, but it might be that or what. But
I think that was in the game, right? You start.
You played it in 3.
Yeah.
You walked around on the ship for 45 minutes.
Yeah, that was terrible.
But you don't control the ship, do you?
No, you don't control the ship. You just are on the ship.
Okay, maybe you're playing as
I think
that.
you were just a passenger during the time as Hatham, though.
Yeah, so I think you might play as like that captain, like that ship voyage. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly where it takes place, but I'm excited to play it and check that out. And so,
Game of the year, Ryan.
Game of the year?
I'm asking you.
Oh, right now? It's hard to say right now because I'm so close to Far Cry, and Far Cry I'm really enjoying.
Far Cry, right?
That's so far at the moment right now. Yeah, I'm looking back at and I haven't beaten it yet.
Yeah, that's true.
The thing I love about Far Cry, though, I'm going to throw this out there. They have gone that whole like Joker mentality with their villains.
Yeah,
It's
he's
just
fantastic.
insanity.
Yeah.
But it's a really focused insanity.
It is.
Yeah.
I've barely gotten any experience of it. You see him at the beginning, and I haven't seen him again yet. But I look forward to the next interaction with the villain in this.
Co-op is phenomenal.
It is really fun. You can't
Except that you can't do story missions.
Yeah, we discovered after
That
filming
sucks.
2 whole Let's Plays in it that you can't actually do any story progression. Yeah.
And the person who joins doesn't get to keep any of the collectible or like unlock stuff.
Really?
Well, like
you
if
get
you
the
unlock towers and shit, you get money, you get your items, you get the like crafting stuff.
Yeah, crafted things.
So if you
And
pick
then
up,
you get your skills.
flowers and stuff. You get to keep that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skill points.
Skill points you keep.
Yeah.
Okay.
EXP. It's just if you go, it works a lot like Far Cry 3 where there are towers that you have to take over so you can see more of the map.
Yeah.
And then outposts so you can fast travel. And those don't carry over.
Like I had to
very
redo
far.
all the outposts and towers
that
that I did with
sucks.
Ryan. Yeah, that part's not great, but the rest of it's really good.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess then, those 2 other things are coming out.
Gavin asks how GTA 5 is.
So that's one of those things though where everyone
amazing.
asks, what's your game of the year? What like everyone says like what's your movie of the year? And it's always something that came out in November or December. But like what else came out earlier this year? That's
Destiny.
Destiny.
Shadow of Mordor, Destiny, Titanfall.
Titanfall's phenomenal.
Plants
too.
vs. Zombies was
Plants
still
vs.
this year?
Zombies was this year.
Garden Warfare.
Was Peggle 2 this year?
Peggle
That
2 was this year?
Was it?
I think that might have been last year.
Was it?
Or was it the tail end of
There
last
may
year?
have
the
been,
tail end of last
maybe
year.
it got a new. Maybe it got a next gen.
It got. No, it started on the 1. And then actually, it was on the 1 before the 360.
Civilization Beyond Earth, but you guys don't care about that.
I care about that. I'll give it a shot.
There's another Walking Dead season this year. There's been Wolf Among Us. Let's see.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, what would be your game of the year right now?
Oh, it's definitely Far Cry.
Still Far Cry, yeah.
Definitely.
Diablo
definitely
3
this game I played for 2
came to
days.
next gen this year.
Diablo 3 was
You
great.
played a lot of
It's not
that.
a new.
Diablo
Well,
3
I
was
mean,
a
I
lot
guess
of
it's
fun.
as
It's not
new
new,
as Master
yeah.
Chief is. Diablo 3, I played the dickload. We still need to go back and do our Let's Plays. They don't do very well, but I don't care.
That's
They're
right.
so
We were doing a
much fun.
hardcore run on that.
Doing
I
a hardcore.
completely
It's just
forgot
so
about
much
that.
fun.
Trials-
Last of Us Remastered was this year.
Yeah.
But
That's
again, that's a
great.
remaster.
Great multiplayer.
Yeah.
Trials Fusion was this year too.
Trials Fusion?
I love Trials Fusion.
It was a good year for video games.
I would say Last of Us multiplayer might be the best multiplayer I've ever played.
The Far Cry multiplayer is a lot of fun too.
Far Cry
It was a
multiplayer
lot of fun.
Yeah.
Those are both fun, but we don't have as much experience yet with Far Cry. But
Yeah.
it's
I'm
at
gonna
least
go
the
home
one
and-
game mode we played seemed really.
I'm gonna go home and
fun.
play with the map editor tonight.
I'm a little curious about what's going on with Far Cry multiplayer though, because when we set up to do that, I mean that was release day, and
Well, it didn't
we
work.
were in a public lobby, and almost no one was getting in.
Yeah.
I mean, we were trying to set up to do like an Achievement Hunter versus the World thing, and it's
couldn't
really
do it.
difficult to actually get everybody on one team.
Yeah, the whole multiplayer, they need to kind of standardize some stuff. Where it's like if I roll in with a party, I want to be
just-
on the same team.
Shit just needs to work. That's
Yeah.
all. Well, it'll work in a week.
That's pretty much the story of every release.
It's the
this
story
year.
of every
It's just
game.
Shit needs to work.
Yeah.
And they have not yet.
I was like
released-
Destiny worked out the gate, right?
There were some connectivity issues the first couple days. People had issues with that, but I mean, we'd also played the alpha and the beta of that, so I think we were just kind of used to playing like early on, and so we kind of just burned through it. But
Oh yeah, I guess Peggle 2 hit 360
This year. Yeah.
this year in May.
okay,
Yeah, I
Dark
forgot
Souls
about
2?
Plants
Everybody loves
vs.
that one.
Zombies, man. That was a great game.
They just had DLC for that not long
They
ago.
did,
Have you
yeah.
cleaned it up yet? No.
I think I might be 2 DLCs behind, or maybe just one. And then, I got my 100%'s got screwed on a lot of stuff. Titanfall really screwed me. They had like fucking. I gave it 2,000 points now.
is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Trials Fusion has had a new update where they have teams now, so you can actually join a team
Oh, that's
and do
cool.
like team challenges and stuff. So I'll have to go back and check that out.
That's cool.
Yeah, I didn't even finish the second DLC pack. I just got caught up with other things. Now I'm like, oh shit,
It's hard.
There's
It's
so
really
many
hard.
other great games. to
There's so
play.
much fun stuff. Like, speaking of Titanfall, the 4-player horde mode thing is all. Did that Let's Play come out?
I think so. Yeah.
That was awesome.
Frontier Defense.
That,
yeah, it's out.
Frontier Defense is awesome. And I'd
it's
love
a-
to go back and play it, but
It's a really weird because it really breaks in some ways sort of the backbone of the system of upgrades where, I mean, that used to be kind of challenging sometimes to kill X number of specters or grunts, but now that's just, you're being faced with a horde of them. You're totally fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, get unlocks for all your guns almost immediately if you just play a round or two.
It's true.
I guess one other thing to mention before we go is coming up, Little Big Planet 3 is coming out. We're going to do something with that?
Yeah, we're doing a Let's Play this week in that. I mean, it won't come out this week. It won't come out till 2 weeks from now, I think. But yeah, Little Big Planet 3.
When does that game come out?
It's out.
It's out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We should pick that up.
And
Well, we're going to have to play it. So.
That'd be tricky.
we're actually just going to go to the GameStop and just
We're just gonna
roll in with
Redbox
our
it.
equipment.
Let's just go and just clear out all the
We
red
also
boxes.
we also need to finish this week. We should try to finish our Halo 3 co-op Let's Plays.
That's right. We
We
got
did
some of those. I don't think any of those are out.
I think the first one comes out next week, maybe.
How many maps are in that?
There are 10 levels, I think.
All right, so we're almost halfway done.
Yeah,
40%.
we're close. Yeah, we just did the Storm, so the next level is the one before the Arc. I don't know what that one's
We
called.
should finish up
the one where you
Cloudberry,
go
too.
through this backwards.
Yeah.
I can't think of what that
Come
one's
see us
called.
go backwards.
There you go.
Starting sometime.
That Master Chief Collection is really cool.
Yeah.
I wish multiplayer worked. That's,
I don't know,
I mean, that's
I've
all I
only
can say
played
about
with,
it.
I've only played with you guys.
See, I love the co-op.
yeah.
Like that. That's again, like I'm just terrible at multiplayer shooters. So.
Man, Halo 2 is so much harder than I remember. And I had to have Ryan help me get through the first level.
Halo 1 is kicking my ass
On Legendary.
Right?
Yeah.
Jesus, it's hard.
So there's an achievement to beat every game on Legendary.
Of course, yeah.
There's some tough achievements.
Is there a lasso achievement?
There's
is.
lasso achievements to beat like the lasso playlist, and there's an achievement to beat each one on Legendary in under a certain time. Like Halo 3, you have to beat Halo 3 on Legendary in under 3 hours.
Under 3 hours.
Is it like one run, or can you it takes your best time from
I
every
don't
one?
know.
Because if you
I'm sure
don't
you
know.
can save and quit and come back, but
well, I'm saying like if I beat a section of Halo 3,
Like if you beat
slowly,
like,
if I can
you
go
beat
back
Savo Highway in 8 minutes,
Yeah.
and then
yeah,
you
your
just
cumulative time.
you're just getting your
Yeah.
ass kicked on the Covenant. Yeah,
So-
I think it's probably like that, but I'm not positive.
Yeah.
Well, there's gonna be parts too where people find like not glitches, but like shortcuts through stuff.
Well, I don't think they'll find any new shortcuts. I think
So it's a little past its age.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's been the patch.
Oh,
hey.
look at that. It's
Yeah,
all gone.
we're all out of sand, pretty much.
Is that like an actual hour? Is that what the deal with that
pretty
is?
damn
pretty
close
close?
to
We're,
5:01,
we're
so-
just a slightly over, but
Wow.
All right.
That's good technology right there, Ryan.
Yeah.
On the patch.
So next week there's those other podcasts we do, and we'll probably do another one of these, maybe.
You won't see me.
Never again.
Bye.
Bye.